Thought leadership, PhD, is outstanding in our category. We're quite book long. We've written 5 books in the last 6 years. And every year, we try to do thought leadership around the things that are coming in the next 5 to 10 to 15 years. Last year, we wrote a book called Sentience, the coming artificial intelligence revolution, and its implication for marketing. So, for so many years, we've believed as human beings that we are smarter than machines. In 1997, thereabouts, a computer by IBM did beat a human being at a game. Later on, another computer by the same company beat a human being at Jeopardy. The first game was by Garry Kasparov, was the biggest chess champion in the world, and the computer beat him. Very recently, DeepMind, another company bought by one of the top technology companies in the world, also beat Lee Sedol, the world's #1 player of Go. And they wrote an algorithm for an AI called AlphaGo. And they played 5 matches. The computer won 4 of those matches. The human being won 1 match. So I'm going to talk about an area that leads into artificial intelligence and virtual reality. These are very technical things, but they are coming, and they're going to impact heavily on our lives in the future, which requires us to rethink. So the future of work is play. So when we go to the office, typical office in Ghana, you're expected to sit behind your desk and write or type or do something serious. You're not expected to come to the office and play. But the future of work is play, because gaming enables you to multitask and problem solve faster. The slide that just went by talked about the fact that Gartner, one of the topmost consultancies in the world, projected that by this year, most innovation will be done by gamified approaches. In 3 weeks, online gamers in 2011 solved a puzzle around an HIV/AIDS-like enzyme. Okay, this usually would take 10 years for the scientists to do so. But online gamers came together and deciphered it. So the future of work is really gaming. And at PhD, we've mastered this. So we have an operating system at PhD which we use globally that brings 3,000 members of our staff together every day. So when you give a task to us at PhD and you have 3 people or 6 people in Ghana, they actually collaborate with 3,000 people around the globe to solve that problem. And at the bottom of that is gaming. So you work at PhD on a platform called Source. And as you work and do your normal work, you score points, which we call pings. And as you score the pings, you are rewarded at the end of the year. If you're the topmost, we have visit to a festival in France for advertising. And in Ghana, for the last 3 months, we'll be rewarding the top 3 people every time. So, gaming is real. And in PhD, we use gaming to actually create. Can you imagine? You use a computer to tell you which word can trigger a thought leader or a big idea, as we say in advertising. So brain is a word. Museum is a word. So a word like museum drops from a computer as a result of your putting some need states of the brand and some brand assets together. And a computer throws up a word. So it's not too difficult for you to now be creative too. So some of us scratch our heads when it comes to creativity. We may do well in other things, but you don't have to worry again. Machines are helping us now. Where we fall short, machines are able to do so. This is an app made by a London-based company that actually makes you trade online as a game and actually rewards you with money without you spending your money or having a stock online. All right? So gaming is going to drive artificial intelligence. And I'm going to talk about 3 key areas of artificial intelligence very quickly. Man versus machine. I talked about the fact that we always think that we are smarter than computers. But I've proved to you, the computers have beaten us all the time. And they will continue to beat us because they are not human. They don't have any shortcoming. Once they've been programmed, they'll do exactly what they've been programmed to do 500 times more. So you can't beat a computer. Give it up. Go back and rethink why you were made as a human being. You were made to make a computer. You were made to make things, okay? So virtual personal assistants will take over. So they'll do your shopping for you online because they know your music taste. They know everything about you. You're on Twitter, you're on Facebook. They collect all the data from all the social media portals about you. So there are apps that are going to come up in the future that you can just ask the app in the morning, do this for me, and the app will do all the jobs for you. So marketers today would have to think about how they market not to human beings any longer, but they will market to what? VPAs, virtual personal assistants, that are basically algorithms that the computer scientists have written. So we have to rethink as marketers and media strategists. How do you target an AI? Under AI, there will be singularity. Singularity simply means a point where the computer is as smart as a human being and can think and actually can feel. Ray Kurzweil, the head of programming or engineering at Google, has projected that by 2029, computers will match us in everything we do. It's a debate whether that will happen or not, but he has said it. And Google is at the forefront of artificial intelligence today. So Sheriam talked about the fact that she couldn't sketch or draw or paint. Sheriam, don't worry, you don't need to. Because today, there are robots that can actually scan your face and paint your face in about 40 minutes' time. It would have been done. Sketching your face is no more something you have to worry about. So if you pride yourself in the fact that you can draw, think again and rethink. The computer can draw 500 faces in a day. And you can't match that, can you? You can't. You get bored at a point. So stop computing, rather collaborate with a computer. So man and machine automation. Now, Ai Weiwei is one of the greatest artists and designers in the world today. He's Chinese. And he's designed an art form that you cannot see because of the light, a painting. And a graphic designer used Cinema 4D to do the 3D version of Ai Weiwei's design. And an artificial intelligence algorithm used its algorithmic powers to animate it in a way that now the animation industry does not have to depend on hours of computer working to actually have human beings sitting behind it and working. This was animated by an algorithm, AI, not a human being. So all the human being had to do is to sketch and design and leave it to the AI to program and animate it. So we need to rethink our role as human beings. Everything that involves the brain and the muscle that we have done over the last 100 years, machines have done it better than us. And they will continue to do it better. So virtual personal assistants will do a lot. And the future is actually a leisure world where we will not work. So Sarai asks you. Sarai would ask you questions, and you will talk to Sarai on Apple, for those of you who use iOS. And sometimes you can have an argument to Sarai, right? So last Christmas, PhD sent out Christmas cards. And in this Christmas card, which is a digital Christmas card we sent, we told a story.
The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while the thoughts of their wish lists played in their heads. Dad knew the fridge had taken care of the food, and the oven ensured Mom kept her good mood. Alas, the grandparents have just missed their flight, but Mom needn't worry, the VPAs put it right. At the touch of a button, rearrangements are made, with new travel plans found and automatically paid. What's that? A magical sound, so lively and quick. They looked out the window. Is it St. Nick? So rapid they came, a voice called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, on Donner and Blitzen. Down the chimney they went, to follow the presents they sent. They spoke not a word, but went straight to their task, and filled all the stockings without even being asked. At last it finally feels just like Christmas, and the glasses are being printed without any fuss. Good memories will be made in many a way. So really, there is only one thing left to say. Happy Christmas to all, and to all, a good day.
So what would a human being be useful for? The things that we do best that computers cannot match us. Those are the things we'll be useful for. So Facebook has designed an artificial intelligence software that can read photographs to the blind who cannot see. That's the usefulness of AI. The UN recently did a documentary on virtual reality that took you to the Ebola cemeteries, to the graveside in Liberia through a 360 degrees movie and made you a volunteer at the graveside. And that brings empathy, doesn't it? So right now, the key areas in virtual reality is engagement, entertainment, and empathy. So you now have the Gear VR or the Oculus Rift from Facebook, and actually that immerses you. So this is me at Facebook London, as well as at Mobile 5 in London. One of our companies called Mobile 5 in London. And this is on the right side with Facebook. And you immerse because you want to have an experience. So brand managers and marketers will now have to think about how to transport their consumers in terms of brand experience to where they want it to be so that they can be immersed. And that is the next level. That's the next challenge. So we need to rethink our marketing and media strategies. This is virtual reality by Facebook, ping pong being played without you being at the same place. So you're in your house, I'm in my house, and we can play table tennis. So this is a future that is coming that requires that we rethink. What are the key things that human beings can do? Empathy. The computers cannot be as empathetic as we human beings. So let's focus in training our university graduates, in training our children to do the things that only human beings can perfect and beat a computer at. Those are the soft skills, not the hard skills. So for you guys who are coding, writing, programming and coding is not the future. I'm sorry. The future is storytelling, creativity, empathy, soft skills that only human beings can master. Coding is being done by computers, and the computer can do it 10,000 times, as we say in Ghana, than you.